Welcome to another episode of the Roughly Related to Reselling podcast. My name is Perry Phillips. I go by Perry Flips on Instagram with a Z. Pothead Picker on X. Flips and Giggles is the page on Facebook. All episodes available wherever you get your podcasts. And now all episodes should be available on YouTube as well. If you like the show, make sure you subscribe. Tell a friend, and that's it. Anyway, another week of reselling. I'm not gonna lie, I was like contemplating not doing this podcast today. Not that I don't have stuff to talk about. I do have a lot of stuff to talk about. I actually wrote down a long list of stuff. But I've been playing because I finished school. I finished school last week, or was it the week before? I think it was last week. I had my last assignment on the 13th. And as soon as I finished, I went. I think I talked about this last week, but as soon as I finished, I went and picked up Indiana Jones and the Great Circle for PlayStation 5. I haven't. The last game I played was Space Marine, and that was just like basically like fucking do killing and shit. Like, and that's fun. That's like the game before that. What was I playing? I think I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, just because I had it like transferred from the PlayStation 4. I still haven't beat that game. I played it on the PlayStation 4 forever. Then got PlayStation 5. Started a new game on PlayStation 5. And like got past where I was in the first game on PlayStation 4 and just have not finished it. It's such a long fucking game. Which it's like I've always wanted a game to be like to be that long, but then once you have a game that is that long, you're just like, this is fucking too much. And so like going from playing that game, which is like, axes and swords and fucking that type of shit, I was like, oh, I need something like where I can just fucking destroy shit. So then I played Space Marine, and like that kind of got old. I mean, it was a good game, it was fun, but like there's not a ton of replay value. I wish I had friends to play with online. I could just go on and fucking make friends, but who wants to do that? Then I don't have a ton of time. Like if I got into a lobby or some shit with somebody, I would fall asleep while the lobby was starting, and nobody would want to play with me because I'd be like the worst fucking player ever. So I went from that, and then I was like, I need something, because I took a break from games for a bit, just because I was doing school and shit, and like, whenever I'm playing games, it's like, it's hard not to, it's not that I'm addicted, it's just like, you want to just play, like any chance you can get a chance to play, if it's a fun game, and this Indiana Jones game is fun. Like, I'd heard good things about it, but when I went to go buy it the last time, it was not out for PlayStation 5 yet. So, like, I had to wait, and I was like, oh, whatever, like, I'll wait. And then, so I didn't even know. I went to the store, I think, and just started looking. Or maybe I did know that that's what I was going to get. And so I was, like, kind of in between that and Kingdom Come. But I was like, again, another game, like, Kingdom Come is probably going to take a long time. And, like, So I was like, I want something that's, like, going to be not that involved. And, like, so I picked up Indiana Jones. And it's pretty fun. It's like, it's a lot of fun. You feel like you're Indiana Jones. It's first person, so I was kind of like, worried. Sorry if you don't like video game talk, but this is just kind of what I've been doing the last few days. Just trying to decompress after this school year. It's been rough. It's been rough on me. It really hasn't been that difficult. But it's crazy how much time I feel like I have now. Like versus the time I have now versus like the time I had when I had projects due. It was like, it's night and day, and that's why I'm like, oh, I want to play some video games, because I'm like, I got some fucking free time now. Whatever. So anyway, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's like, it's almost, it was like, it started off, I was like, because I put it on hard, because I was like, I've been trying to start games a little bit harder, because they always, I'm a casual gamer, but I've been gaming for a long time, so like, I know how to play video games, but like, sometimes I'm just like, I don't need to, like, I went to play, I think God of War came up a while back, and I put it on like the hardest mode, and it just took, like, my hands hurt because you had to fucking press the buttons to kill people so many, like, rather than just like hit the person like 5 times, you now had to hit them like 15 times, And it's just like, this isn't harder. It's just like more work. It's just annoying. You know what I mean? So This game is like, it's harder, but it's like, it's, like I've died a couple times, but like at first I was like, oh, this is kind of easy. But like as it's started to get into it, it's a little bit more difficult. But anyway, yeah, it's fun. I love Indiana Jones. I've like loved all the movies. Crystal Skull is the newest one was actually decent. You know what I mean? Going into it, it's fun. We enjoyed it. But the game, yeah, I'm happy with playing this game. It is a lot of fun. So not as big a fan of like the Last of Us show. I keep trying to give it like, I'm like, all right, I'll give it another week. Okay, this is what they're doing. All right, I'm gonna give it another week. Okay, this is still what they're doing. Okay, let's get. And it's just is not like the acting's not great. The choices to like leave stuff out from the game and to like add stuff that weren't in the game, and it's. My wife's like, "What? You don't like it?" And I'm like, no, but I feel like it's more made for like her. You know what I mean? And I keep telling her, I'm like, just play the fucking game. But she would never. Like her speed is like The Legend of Zelda. You know what I mean? I've said this before. It's like Zelda. I think she played Immortal Phoenix, which is essentially The Legend of Zelda. And so yeah, she would not. She'd be too terrified to play The Last of Us. But I'm like, it's a easy enough game. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like if a game is done well, it's easy for anybody to kind of get into and play. So that's kind of what, like, I keep telling them, like, I don't know, man, the game is just, and it's almost like when people talk about books, we're like, oh, the book is just so much better. It's like they left so much stuff out of the movies. But it's like they're leaving stuff out. They're trying to stretch it. I get it. I do get it. But like it's taking so long, and like you don't need to stretch it that much. You know what I mean? And you could have stretched it a different way. That's all I'm saying. I'm still going to continue to watch it to see like if it does ever get good, but it's like the comparison between the game and the show is like it's another level. It's like going to watch a high school performance of, like a Hamlet or something. You know what I mean? It's like it's not going to be the same thing. It's just not. Anyway, I'm done ranting and raving about video games and video game themed shows, and I can't even find video games to sell. I mean, I keep finding like one here, one there. Another week of reselling, still at it, still fucking plugging away. My eBay's been better. I've had a bunch of stuff for my death pile that I've kind of been going through, and like, I've been trying to be more aggressive with my death pile. Like if there's stuff that's been sitting that's like I can take and put into lots, like I've been trying to put it into lots and get rid of that stuff. I still am planning on doing, now that I don't have school and I have time to like plan more, I still want to do another Whatnot auction coming up. I think the next one's going to be Brat Stalls. I haven't been a Brat Stalls. I've been waiting to put on a Whatnot auction. So I want to do that soon. Yeah. This last week, 3 weekends in a row, townwide yard sales, man. And every single one of them was a complete disappointment. So yeah, this week was week 3 with the sales in a row, and it's another one that does them every year. And so I was like, all right, I'll go, and go out to these sales and see. Oh shit, hold on a second, give me 1 second. Well, it's not going anywhere. I'm just gonna leave it. There's a fucking plant that's like upside down. I don't know. One of my kids must have knocked it over, but it's just sitting upside down. There's no dirt or anything on the floor, so it might just be fine. But it's just like a plant just fucking upside down. One of my wife's plants. So I'll leave it until I finish this podcast, and then I'll get up and fix it. But anyway, yeah, it's just another like a ton of driving. You're competing with other resellers. You're competing with other resellers who come from out of town because, I credit Gary Vee with like me discovering that this is a thing that you can do. Like I didn't know that you could make a living reselling, and so I saw the Gary Vee, I think it was Trash Talk was the first video I saw, and I was like, oh, because I lost my job I didn't lose my job. I mean, I lost my job, but I like didn't want that job anymore. It was like one of those situations where I was trying to get out of there, and like ideally I didn't want to get out when I got out, but it just kind of had, it was inevitable. It was one of those situations where it was on that path, and when I finished that job, I was like, I don't want to go back to working for somebody else. I cannot do it. I can't have a manager. Every manager I've ever had fucking sucked dick. Not literally, but like just fucking sucked. You know what I mean? I've talked about this before, and anytime there's a manager, like it's very rare that the manager that's there is the best pick for the job. Most of the time, it's the person who will do it for the pay, the bullshit, and all that stuff, just because they get a little bit of power too. It's like, So I couldn't do it. I was like, I'm done. I'm never gonna get another job again. I'm gonna do something else. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and so then I saw the Gary Vee video, and I was like, oh, I can do that. And so I started to do it a little by little. Started selling stuff we had in the house. We had like a jewelry box in the house that we had taken it from California, and the house that my wife lived in, she was like kind of the house manager. Like we rented, but she was like the most responsible one. And so she was the house manager there, and like she had been there forever. So when we left, we were just like kind of cleaning everything out, like taking some shit. So we found in one of the closets, there was just a box, like a jewelry box that we have no idea where it came from. This was before I was, buying and selling and shit. We just grabbed it and took it. And, I was getting into reselling. I'm like, let's look in this jewelry box and see what's in there. There was like 2 different gold coins that I sold. I think I sold one for like 1,000 and one for like 400. And then that's kind of what got me into reselling, was like, oh shit, I'm going to start looking to see what else I can sell. And then like going to yard sales. But like, yeah, the Gary Vee video started it, and his advice in one of the videos, I don't know if that's still his advice, is to like look up town-wide yard sales and like, go and hit those yard sales. But like, they fucking suck. I hate them. Like, the idea sounds great, but like after a certain amount of time, and that was what I got my hopes up a couple weeks ago, because I was like, oh, I'll go to this one. It's the first year. It's going to be good. And that one was like the worst one that I've been to this whole year. Oh, my finger's fucked up. And that one sucked. There was the last one 2 weeks ago. Supposed to be the first one, and it just like, it blew. And then this one, again, driving around, the first sale I went to a different sale. I was like, you know what? There's the town-wide yard sale, and then there's like another sale a little bit further. So they just posted it the night before. So I drive out over there, and I get there, and like they've got like a bunch of Funko Pops set up and like Loungefly bags. So I'm like, okay, I already kind of know what the deal is going to be. And like they had a sign up with all different prices marked for all the Loungefly. Like I probably could have asked them like how much for everything and like maybe come to a deal, but like they were asking $200 on their Nintendo Switch, which was like, they didn't have any games, nothing. She's like trying to tell me something about the serial number. Like, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, lady. Like, that shit doesn't matter. Like, on eBay, you're just gonna find somebody who wants to buy the fucking Switch the way it, you know what I mean? They're not gonna be like, whatever the fuck. I don't even remember what the fuck she was talking about. So like all that shit was overpriced, and so then I went to another sale like up the street, and they just didn't have anything. They had like a Wii that they said they sold before I got there, which I got there early. The sale was supposed to start at 7. And I got there. I didn't get there crazy early. I could have gotten there earlier, but I just did not feel like getting my ass out of bed. So anyway, I go to that one, and that one sucked. And then I went back to the town-wide sale, and I had, so the day, well, I'll talk about what I did the day before, but so my plan originally was to like hit up a few sales. There was one sale that was not part of the town-wide sale that had advertised they were having a yard sale. And in the ad, you could see blow molds. So I was like, all right, you know what? I know I can sell like these blow molds, at least a few of them, pretty quickly. So let me just, get over to that sale. So I got to that sale. Like I was the first one there. They actually were all set up, ready to go. They let me in. They had on their sign, it said no early birds in like fucking like all caps in the ad. And like usually they don't give a fuck as long as you're not like, that's the thing, if you're not like 2 days before, but like, you know, some people get butthurt if you're a half hour early. It's like, dude, what the fuck do you want me to do? I'm gonna sit here and wait? You want people fighting over your stuff? Like, just fuck, like, what the fuck? Your shit's set up, whatever. Anyway, so she was set up, she let me in, I came in, I was like, oh, I saw you had some like big plastic Christmas decorations, the old school ones. She's like, oh yeah, they're over there. So they had them all off to the side. They had like 5 of them, and they were all priced. I think there was like 2 of them that were priced 10, and the rest were 5. So I was like, if I buy them all, would you $5 a piece? She was like, sure. So that was like, I didn't really find much else. I found an ornament, which I'm done buying glass stuff. Like, luckily this ornament was only $8 to $10. I was like, whatever, I can like grab it. I'll throw it in my yard sale. Like, I'm getting a deal on this other stuff. Like, I'll grab this thing. It's here. And brought it home and fucking had it in my IKEA bag and just threw the fucking bag down, not even thinking, just fucking smashed it. I'm like, God damn, dude, I gotta stop buying breakable shit, because I always like, if it's something I know is valuable, I put it like aside and make sure I'm careful with it. But if it's something that I'm just like, oh, this is probably a couple bucks, I just throw it in and completely forget about it. So I broke that. But then, yeah, so I went home that day and well, I'll get into that in a minute. I'll finish the rest of the story of like going out and then about on Saturday. This is how I just jump all over the place. I know. So then after that sale, I was like, I kind of had a plan of where else I wanted to go. There was a bunch of other sales like around the town, but it's so hit or miss that it's like, if you make the wrong decision, you're fucked. You know what I mean? So there was another sale that was like an estate sale, and I made the wrong decision by going to this sale and fucking waiting and fucking. So I got there like a half hour early. There was nobody there. So I start waiting, and then of course other people start showing up, and it's like, you know, the usual resellers that I know. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stand here because fucking these motherfuckers will try to cut the line. And I could see there was like 2 Lego things that were in the picture right there, and they looked brand new, sealed, and like, you know, I was like, all right. So at this point, like, they're getting ready to open. They didn't open until after the fucking sale was supposed to start. They're like, oh, we'll be open in 15 minutes, and that was at like 9. And then 30 minutes later, they fucking finally opened up. And I'm the first one in because I'm fucking waiting. And I see the Lego stuff. I grab that. I grab like this little thing of cars, walk around the house. There's just like, there's a lot of stuff, but it's like a lot of just like, there's a box of Stephen King books, but they're all paperback and they were all in horrible condition. Like no clothes, no electronics. Like it was just, and then all the prices were fucking crazy. Like I found a jacket, an old like varsity jacket. It was like a youth size. And the ladies like wanted crazy money for it. I was like, okay, I'm putting that back. I got the Legos. I paid over for them. I thought they were brand new. Got them back. Should have looked at them more thoroughly. Like looked quick. But it's like there's, you know, competition and shit and everything's, you know, I got to try to work on slowing down. That's the big thing is like, I'm like, all right, there's a lot going on here. I just got to get in and like, you know, and then I should figure it out. Like I should have looked, as soon as she gave me the price for everything, I should have inspected the Lego and be like, oh, these are open. Never mind. Just fucking left it and then not spend any money. But I mean, I'll still make some money on the things that I got. But so yeah, I left there and then, yeah, it was just it was like a bust just all around. But the day prior, so I was going to go the day prior, somebody had posted these comic books and like one of the comics that was on top was, Hulk 181, so first appearance of Wolverine, depending on who you ask. And so I was like, oh, that's a good book. Like, you know, and the rest of the books looks good. And like, so they were like, it was one of those situations where they're like, oh, I'm looking for best offer. It's like, all right, well, do you have like a price in mind? Like, because you're trying to figure out how much they're looking to get. And so then he's like, well, I'm going to do an auction on Saturday. So, you know, if you can come by, that's when I'll do it. So I didn't end up making it by. So I texted him the next day, like, or I texted him later that day and was like, hey, like, sorry I didn't make it. Just was seeing if, you know, if the books still haven't sold, if you're, you know, just trying to get it a gauge. And he's like, oh, well, I still have like the 181 and a decent amount of them left. Most of the high value ones are gone. So I'm like, all right, well, that means he probably wants too much. I'm like, well, how much do you want for the 181? And he wanted like 1,800, which is like a decent price depending on what the grade of the comic book was. But it was just like, for me, it's like if I'm gonna be, I was willing to spend like 700. Like, it depends on what it looked like too, because like, you know, I got to think about it in terms of like, if I'm gonna flip it, I got to flip it for the raw price. You know what I mean? So they were looking for like damn near close to what the raw price would have been on eBay. So it was just like, all right, you know, I wasn't mad or anything like that. I saved the post, and, you know, we'll see. We'll circle back to it. Maybe, you know, he just decides more of hassle than it's worth. And I'm always very polite about shit, so that way they remember, like, oh, this dude was super nice about shit, and maybe they'll give me a chance at it. But anyway, so yeah, I was going to go to that, and like, I'm glad I didn't go to that. It's just been, like, I know every May is always like this. But like, I found that BMX bike. I sold that BMX bike for like 500 a couple days later. Sold a couple of those. So the blow molds, actually, when I went home, I hit up my guy. I know a guy who, like, anytime I get blow molds, I hit him up. His name's Robert or some shit. And he lives like 15 minutes from me, so he'll be like, yeah, I'll be right over there. And he like fucking comes right over, picks them up, gives me cash. And so I showed him all 5, and he was like, oh, I'll take the, he wanted like the 2 most expensive ones. I told him I'd give him a deal on like one of them, but like the other one I couldn't do. So we came and bought them for like $250. So I paid $25 for all 5 of them and got $250 off 2. So I got the other 3 are listed. One's a set, and then the other one's listed. So we'll see. I mean, it's nowhere near Christmas time, but so I'm not really in a big hurry to sell them. But again, they do take up space. I'm supposed to pick up another blow mold on Thursday. I don't know if I'm still going to go grab it. The lady wants $10 for it. I could probably make like $50, but it's like, do I really want to? But then it's also, she's having a yard sale, so I might have the opportunity to like look at shit early if I go, you know, and overpay for this stupid fucking blow mold. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, the dude who I sold the blow molds to, he's like, I might have talked about him before. He's a cool guy, but he showed me how many fucking blow molds he has, and it's like, it's a fucking insane amount of blow molds. And then he was telling me like, oh, I paid like $3,000 just to like make a storage setup for them on top of whatever he's paid for. Like, he spent hundreds of dollars with me, like hundreds of dollars. I feel like a drug addict. Literally every time I get him, I'm like, hey man, I got those oxys. I got that fucking heroin. I hit him up like, hey man, I got that shit on deck. I just re-upped. And he's like, I'll be there in 15. And he's always like, yeah, my wife. I buy him for my wife. He's never showed up with his wife. So I'm just like, does he even have a wife? No, I'm sure he does. But he showed me pictures, and he's just got like fucking a ton of these giant fucking plastic, ugly Christmas decorations. I don't think he has any Halloween. Actually, he does. He's bought some Halloween ones from me before. He's missed out on some good ones. I found some really good ones before I knew him. But I don't know. He does, like, he doesn't lowball me, but like he does kind of know the value of everything, like pretty good. And like, so like he always gives me a pretty fair price, enough that I'm like, it's not worth it to deal with eBay. You know what I mean? It's like enough so that I'm like, all right. And he always kind of haggles and shit, but like at the end of the day, you know, you can't beat that $25 into $250 in a couple hours, you know, and he just comes and picks it up, and you don't have to do shit. It's fucking, I don't have to take detailed pictures. I'm just like, hey, they work. You might need to clean them up. And he's like, all right. And he comes and fucking gets them. I kind of, you know, I tell him like paint wear, this, that, and the other. I'm like, it's got a couple issues here. And he just comes and fucking gets them. And he's got like, I'm sure he's got like a supply of fucking blow mold stuff. But yeah, that's the craziest one I know. Is like, you meet all types of collectors selling shit, and like a blow mold collector is, I always have like fantasies that like these people that I've sold stuff to will be like, you know what, I'm gonna leave this stuff to the guy who sold them all to me when I die. And he fucking dies, and he just like, his wife just drives over all these fucking blow molds, like these were his. Like, wait, he said they were yours. Like, no, these were his. Now they're yours. I just fucking go all over again. I wouldn't want that many because like I get them because I know I have this guy. But like when I have too many and they're just sitting, it's like you have to discount them huge. People still buy them. There's a place up in Maine that I see like they always have a ton of them, and I'm sure people buy them for the winter. The problem is it's nowhere near wintertime. So it is what it is. I went on Friday. So there was this church yard sale on Saturday, like a rummage sale. And so every year I go and they like let me in early. They're fucking cool shit. So this year I was like, you know what? I saw somebody post like, oh, they're looking for volunteers, this, that, and the other. And so like they're looking for volunteers Friday or Saturday. So I was like, oh, I figured I'll sign up and then I can get like first access to the fucking sale, whatever. Sometimes they have some good shit. Like I always find shit. So I called, left a message, and didn't get any call back for like a day or two. And then finally like the pastor called me. He's like, hey, he did that voice like all pastors have. Like they kind of sound like they're fucking gay. They're like, hey, this is Pastor Josh, and whatever the fuck his name was. I think his name was like Dave or something. Pastor Dave. And I got a call that you wanted to help out. I'm like, are you even from the fucking South? We're in Massachusetts. Like, why do you talk like that? They always have that same fucking cadence. Anyway, so he's like, yeah, do we know you from the church? This, that, and the other. I'm like, nope. I'm just, you guys always let me in early. I just figured I'd help out. And so I go there. And when I get there, I got there at like 1. I told them I couldn't come until like the afternoon because I had to wait till my mom was able to watch my kids. So when I get there, they're already like pretty much set up. So I'm like, oh, cool. Like I'm just gonna. So like they kept finding shit for me to do, but they were like, oh, you can shop. Like just start shopping. So they like let me shop. And then I find out like there's people bringing stuff in, like dropping shit off. And so the people that were bringing stuff in, like for donations, they were just letting them shop early. So I'm like, I could have just fucking brought donations and instead of sitting here for 3 hours, but like, whatever. I got some good karma, hopefully, because that was part of it. Was like my fucking luck has been really bad lately, and it's not improved. Like I hit a free pile shortly after that I thought was going to be good, and people had already fucking decimated it. So my luck has not been like last year. I hit like 3 free piles where it was just me. I loaded up my fucking car, like toys, games, like all types of good shit. And this year I've not hit one fucking free pile, not one. Yeah, and I mean obviously it's harder and harder. All the buy nothing groups. It's like I've commented on one. I got one thing the other day, and it was like, and then I looked, and it's like 40 minutes away. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, why do these people post in these groups? That's so far to drive for free shit. But anyway, yeah. So I volunteered on Friday. I was there for a few hours. There was one lady there, and so like I overheard her talking to one of the ladies at the church, and she's like, yeah, you know, I have cancer, this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. And so like after she told this lady that she had cancer, I then heard that lady like proceed to tell like the entire group of ladies, like one by one, you know what I mean? It was like she'd like oh yeah, she's got such a great attitude considering she has cancer. And so she would just go through and like tell every like just waiting to gossip about this lady. And so this lady was like, she had cancer, whatever, but she was annoying as fuck. Like this lady, like you could tell like these ladies were taking full advantage of the fact that like they probably just donated shit to be able to go and look through the stuff. Like I'm 100% bet that that's the case. Because all this stuff, I was putting their stuff away, and like who am I to talk? I'm there volunteering so I can look through shit early. But you know, all their stuff that I was putting away, I was like, oh, this is all like bullshit. Like they probably got this shit here last year. And so the mom, the one with cancer, kept like, they were both annoying, the mom and the daughter. But like the mom, you could tell what kept annoying the daughter, like that was annoying to the daughter. So she kept like being like, oh, whatever, Lisa, whatever the fuck this bitch name was. And she would say some dumbass shit. And like in my head, I'm just like, dude, this daughter probably is like pumped that her mom has cancer. Like, it was fucked up, but that was how annoying she was. Like, she was fucking so annoying the entire time. Not to me, like to this chick, to her daughter. Like, I was like, dude, if this was me, and like my mom annoys me going out to places, but I'm like, this is not even like, this is another level of annoying. Like, this lady is fucking irritating as fuck. And that's all I could think was like, this bitch probably is like jumping for joy. Like, oh my God, this fucking, please relieve me of this fucking burden that is my annoying mom. I know that's fucked up, but yeah, that's what I kept thinking. I'm just like, this lady will not shut the fuck up. Will not leave her daughter alone. But yeah, they were fully taking advantage of the fact that they were letting them shop. They were just like, but like, yeah, so now I know, like, oh, because every year I go there and I'm like, oh, this thing's been like, now I know it's been fucking picked through like the day before. So next year I'm just going to bring a donation. Like, hey, I can't volunteer this year. I'm fucking too busy, but here's some donations. Mind if I take a look? And then just walk through. But all the shit that they buy, it's like all old lady like women's clothes and stuff. It's not like anything I'm looking for. So I did get a few things, like nothing crazy, like nothing really worth my time. But I was able to check it off my list for the next day. You know, I didn't like waste any time waiting for that sale. And I was able to go get those blow molds and secure that bag. So it did work out in the end. Let me pull up my list here. Yeah, I'm definitely better at this podcast. I'm definitely better at this podcast when I haven't smoked. I always thought that I like made me better at most things, but I'm gonna stand on the side of I'm worse at podcasting when I smoke. At least podcasting by myself. It's just because, you know, it's you're trying to think about things. It's slowing your thinking down, and anyway. Oh yes, yeah, so we'll go back to the church rummage sale because there was a couple things I wrote down. So there was this one lady. She was kind of old lady, like, you know, you could tell she was fucking hot back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, you could tell she was hot shit back in the day. And so she was kind of like, not like giving me the eye, but like at first I thought she was like annoyed by me, like, cause she kept kind of like giving me like this look. And then I realized that she was like a horny old fucking Christian lady. Like, for sure was like a horny old lady. Like, there was one part where like there was a window closed and she's like, oh, there's a bee in the window. No, there really was a bee, but she's like, can you get the window for me? And she was like sitting, like, you know, was sitting behind it. So like when I bent over to get the window, it was like my ass was just, you know what I mean? And it was like, I'm like, is that what she was doing? Like, it's like, oh, there definitely was a bee. And so then I was like, oh, I can grab it. So I took my shoe off and I killed the bee or whatever. And she's like, oh, Jesus loves you. And she was just like giving me this look like she really wanted it. And I was just like, but she was definitely fucking hot back in the day. You could tell, like, back in the day she was hot. But she just kept that, like, the whole day. She was just like, and then she was just like, oh, we were so lucky to have you. Da-da-da-da. And, like, I didn't really do shit. You know what I mean? By the time I got there was nothing to fucking do. I was just kind of moving shit. Like, anytime they would need me to move some heavy shit, I would do that or unload any, like, new shit that came in. But, like, they had already had everything set up. So it was like, I was just basically fucking dicking around, like, picking through, finding shit that I wanted to take for myself. But that lady was pretty funny, and she's like, yeah, Jesus loves you, or some shit. She was definitely a horny old broad. For sure. Oh yeah, and then at the townwide yard sale, I was fucking, oh my God, this was scary. So, you know, I don't like to make fun of anybody if they've got, like, you know, physical ailments and shit, like, and so this lady, she was fucked up, you know, she was like, she had a rough go of things at some point, like, so like and it was one of those things, like, I just was walking up, you know, you're not really looking, you're kind of looking at the stuff that's on the ground, you're looking to see what they've got at the sale, and then I just look up, and this lady's like, her fucking one side of her face was like completely like, I don't know if she had a stroke or what, but like her one eye was like fucking completely closed and like purple and like it was fucked up. Like, and she couldn't talk. Like she was fucking mute. And there's all this stuff. And so like, she's like, you know, and you could tell everything was fucking, it smelled like cigarette smoke. You could just, actually, I don't know if it smelled like cigarette smoke. I just assumed that it smelled like cigarette smoke. And so she was like, she was there. And so I'm like, I asked like how much this is. And like, she's like kind of like using like, not sign language, but just like, hold on, like this, that, and the other. And so like this other lady then comes out of the window, like opens the door or opens the window and like pops her head out. And she's like, you know, doing prices from up there. So I got like a Pokemon plush or something like that. And, but like, yeah, this lady had like this fucking crazy fucked up face and she was a mute. And that's who this lady thought would be the best ambassador for her yard sale. I was like, lady, and she's just inside. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. She wasn't like disabled or 300 pounds. She was like a younger, like, you know, she was actually like an attractive, like middle-aged lady, like nothing, you know, nothing like, not like the other lady, not like the Jesus loves you lady, but you know, she wasn't like, you know, she wasn't like not able to be outside for her sale. But she just had this lady, and this poor fucking lady, man, she just, her face was fucked up, like scary fucked up. And you're like, dude, you're gonna have little kids coming to this yard sale. Like, you've got this fucking lady with a fucked up face who's mute, who can't even communicate with your buyers, and you're fucking having her be the first line of the defense, first line of defense for your fucking yard sale. Is this fucking mute yard sale negotiator? So that was pretty crazy. I was just like, what the fuck? What? Like, again, you know, she probably had some horrible shit happen. It sucks, but like, that's not, you can't have her be the first fucking person. You know what I mean? Like, you can't have that be the first person. I was getting ready to leave for sales on Sunday, and I had these Pokemon stickers. I got like the pack of I almost said pragmatic revolution or something, prismatic evolution, and they come with stickers. So I left them for my wife and kids, and like I haven't like, you know, I don't leave notes and stuff all the time, just because I can't read, you know what I mean? But now they're like a little bit older, so like, you know, me and my wife will leave notes when we're not there, just be like, oh, it's something fun for like them to wake up to. And so I left a note, and I was just like, I wrote like, see you soon. I'm like, fuck, did I just like seal my fate by writing see you soon? Like, am I going to die in a car crash? And so I'm having this whole fucking like thought go through my head, like, fuck, man, like, you know, and of course it's like, you know, completely irrational. And then I immediately, oh fuck, why is my daughter up? I thought she was sleeping. She's been laying down this whole time, and now she's just up. What the fuck just happened? That's crazy. Is she sleeping? Huh. I don't know. All right, let me pause real quick. Actually, no, she's laying down. Never mind. She just fucking popped up real quick. That was crazy. She's been sleeping like no problem lately. And then all of a sudden she just popped up. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I'm just like, so I write this shit. I'm just like, oh, see you soon. Like, and just in my head, I'm like, am I going to fucking die now? Like, did I just jinx myself? Like, fuck, man, why did I even fucking do that? See you soon. And then I immediately tripped over a fucking, like, the handles of the IKEA bag that I was bringing outside. I tripped and almost like face planted, and like, yeah, I was like, fuck, man, I'm gonna die in a car crash. It's like, nah, you're gonna die tripping over a fucking IKEA bag. Imagine if that's the way to go out. It's like, well, he died doing what he loved, carrying IKEA bags around everywhere. So that was just a funny little thing that I thought. But yeah, this was like right before I left. Let me see. Oh yeah, the only other thing about the rummage sale, the older ladies, there was like one lady who I was talking to, and like she kept trying to bait me into like talking about Trump. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to talk. Like, if you were willing to have like a fucking, and obviously, like, I don't really want to have that conversation anyway. But it's like, you're not going to be willing to have an actual conversation anyway. And she's like telling me about something that he said or did. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was like 3 years ago. I mean, unless he said something similar again. But I'm just like, is this really what this lady's like? And she's like said it a few times, but she kept saying it to different people she just kept trying to bait whoever. And so one lady, you could tell she hated Trump, but she's like, I don't want to talk about him. It's like, yeah, why? Like, why are you bringing this up to everybody? It's very bizarre. Just like every single person, she was like, it was something he said about Taylor Swift. Maybe it was last week. I don't know. She's like, yeah, can you believe he said this about Taylor Swift? I'm like, what the fuck? No, I can't believe it. I mean, yes, I can believe it. Like, anyway. So I saw an article the other day. It just kind of like popped up. I don't even know if I read the rest of it. But it was about a woman who bought her middle schooler ammunition in exchange for babysitting his younger siblings. And he was planning on using it for a school shooting. So she like would like buy him shit to like basically bribe him to watch his family members. And it's like the trashiest. It was like the trashiest, saddest, funniest, scariest headline, just all rolled into one. Because you're like, how did we get here? It's like the fucking height of bad parenting. I don't understand it. Like, I want a babysitter too. But like, this dude was planning on killing his fucking classmates, and you're just like, well, I'll get you some ammo, but you gotta watch your fucking baby sister. Like, what the fuck, dude? And so I think she was gonna have charges brought to her. Luckily, they like foiled the plot, because this family was absolutely retarded. But yeah, it was just like, I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I have ever fucking heard. Yeah, so that was just a quick thing. I changed my handling time recently. Sorry to be all over the place. I changed my handling time to 2 days, and I think like, cause like, you know, I reached out to eBay one day and I was like, hey, what can I do? Cause like my sales are fucking low. This is crazy shit. Like, I'm not paying you guys to promote my listings. Like, I thought about it the other day. Like, what if I paid you to promote listings? And like, they're not selling anyway. But then typically, like, I end up lowering prices on shit and it sells anyway. So it's like, I can just, you know, I'd rather not give eBay the extra money, because they don't spend it on fucking us. They just spend it on bullshit, making their stupid app fucking shittier. But anyway, I changed it to 2-day handling. So I called and I'm like, oh, what can I do? I'm like, oh, you can cut your handling down by 1 day. You know, that'll help out by increase sales by like 7%. And so I checked and I was like, oh, let me see if this is actually like, because it seems like it's helping. And I think I was up at like 4 or 5% a few days ago. I haven't checked in a few days. So I feel like it's working better. I don't know. I mean, I make sure I ship like immediately. So anytime I get, not even ship immediately, but like I pack it and then like mark it as shipped, like get everything ready to go, get the label on it, and then like, you know what I mean? And I've been going to the post office twice a day if I need to. So today I'll have like, I had like 5 packages go out this morning. And I'll have like 3 more to go out when we go pick up my daughter from school. So yeah. Yeah, 2-day shipping. I feel like it's helped. I mean, it's definitely percentage-wise, it looks like it's helped. I mean, it's a small percentage, but it's still, you know, it kind of makes it go by, kind of makes it help with more consistent sales, I'd say, you know. I was just thinking about, because I was like watching one of these YouTube videos where like they bring their family members. The only one that like I could do would be like the dude from the Commonwealth Picker. He brings his dad, I think. And I don't watch a ton. I used to watch a ton of like YouTube pickers. It's just, yeah, I watched Commonwealth Picker because he was like one of the original ones that I watched. ADH Dave, I've already talked about how he fucking, or whatever his name is, NC Picker before. You know, he hooked it up with the huge free tip on like the UPS label. So I'll watch a handful of them. But when homeboy Commonwealth Picker, what the fuck? I can't even remember his name right now. But when he brings like his dad, and his dad just like helps out with shit, and he's just like there in the background quiet. I could do that. But I hate bringing family and friends to yard sales. Like, I hate it. You'd think you'd be like, oh, I want the company. But like, anytime a friend is like, yeah, I'm going to come to do yard sales, I'm like, fuck, man. I got a buddy who was trying to become a reseller. It was just a few years ago. A few years ago now. But I've talked about it on the podcast before. But anyway. And so even like he'd want to come and like, you know, because then you're waiting to leave to go to a yard sale and they're not there yet. You're like, motherfucker, like. And then when you're driving around, like, I have to go to the bathroom. I need this. Like, dude, this is not the fuck. We don't do these things. When I'm out driving around, there's no bathroom breaks. Don't drink water. If you're gonna have to take a piss, don't drink fucking water. Just hydrate yourself, dude. The ancient art. The ancient reselling yard sale art of holding your fucking bladder the whole day and not drinking anything so you're dehydrated is, you know, it's been working for so long. You don't fix it if it's not broken. Yeah. So like, yeah, I just fucking hate it. I hate bringing people. Like, I see some of them that are like, my whole family's coming with me, and it's like, no, that's fucking, I've tried. I do it every once in a while, and every time I regret it. It's not efficient. You got your kids want to stop every 2 seconds, especially now that like the older one has to stop to piss. Forget it. We'd be stopping every 2 seconds. Like, I gotta piss. Like, I fucking hate having to bring friends or family to yard sales. It drives me nuts. If they just stood quietly like fucking homeboy's dad does. But like, yeah, it's just, anytime I watch them bringing people, I'm like, why are you bringing all these people? And I guess maybe you might get a better deal, but like, no, I'm like, let's just fucking go as fast as we can. So we'll see. I don't know. Yard sale season is, so far, it's been kind of a bummer. I mean, I've been making money, but because I'm more selective, I guess. More selective. I'm trying to buy higher value shit. But yeah, it's just, I mean, I'm waiting for that one sale that's like, oh man, this is going to be so much fucking stuff. Like, I can't wait. Oh, what just sold on eBay? Just had an eBay sale. Oh, motherfucker. I hate when it's just a message. It's like, does this have a thing that it's not shown in the fucking, it's like, I literally put comes with what's shown in photos, and like, does this have this thing with it? Is it in the fucking pictures, dickhead? And then I have to answer you and be like this person sent me a message on Facebook. I haven't even replied to him because I'm like, you're such a retard. They're like, is there a video of the video? Because I did like a little booklet of video games. So I put the video, like, you know, and they're like, is there a video of you flipping through the video games? I'm like, what? Did you not, like, did you even fucking look at the listing? So I'm like, I don't even want to deal with you because you're absolutely fucking retarded, and you like didn't even read the listing the first time, and now you're asking me a question that's easily, like, all you have to do is go into the listing. And so it's just like, it's the laziness of people to like just check the fucking listing. It's like, is there a video that goes with this? Is there a video? Of course there's a video. That's like, you tap on the thing and a video plays. I went through to make sure that it worked. And then I went on my wife's phone to make sure it worked. I'm like, yeah, there's a video, but I don't want to reply to you because you're an idiot. Just like this person is like, does this have a user manual? Does it show a user manual? Does the description say everything that's shown is included? It's like, fucking, and like, what do you need the manual for? Just go on fucking line. Jesus Christ. I don't know why I'm so annoyed. I'm thinking about 10 more minutes until I can go play Indiana Jones. Not getting any more work. No, I'm just kidding. I have a couple things to box up. Yeah, let me see what else. I've got a couple other things written down already. Oh, I went to the weed store the other day. Speaking of fucking Trump. I went to the weed store the other day, and there was like a dude with purple hair and like a crazy getup. Like, I don't know if they were trans or what. I didn't get a good look at their face because like I never want to even like remotely run the risk of making eye contact and getting caught in a fucking conversation with somebody that's like this fucking decked out. You know what I mean? Like, they were like, because they were just going to the weed store. You know what I mean? Like, I was going to the weed store, but I was wearing like sweatpants and like they looked good, cool as fuck. Like, if they were, you know, going to Comic-Con or like classic rock show, like they looked cool as fuck. But to just like go out on a Saturday, it was, you know what I mean? It's like, that's cool. That's your style. I just don't want to engage with you. You know what I mean? I don't want to fucking get caught in a conversation where I'm going to have to sit there and listen to your worldview and your fucking nonsense. And so we go into the weed store at the same time. It was like this person like that you just, you know, like the reason I said like, speaking of Trump is because they look like the type of person that would like hiss at a picture of Trump. You know what I mean? Like, just like, so they were interesting. I say they because I really don't know. I mean, it was definitely a dude, but I don't know like what the deal was. It was like purple fucking hair and like leather jacket. Like they looked cool. Like they looked like they were about to fuck some shit up, like a cashier's day, but or you know, anybody else's day. But yeah, I that was just a random thing that happened when I was out and about. I thought I'd fucking throw in there to fill in some extra space. Let's see. Oh yeah, dude. So I was looking up like, you know, not to like plug somebody's eBay page, but it was the most aggressive eBay username I've ever fucking seen. So I bought a Fitbit because I'm like, I've been trying to find a like a workout thing that will pair with the DDPY stuff, the Diamond Dallas Page yoga stuff that I do. Because he's like, you know, all he talks about on the fucking thing is like, you need a heart monitor. So I keep buying shit or, you know, being gifted shit that like I want to use with the fucking thing and none of them work. So I'm like, God damn it. So anyway, so I grabbed this Fitbit and I'm like, oh, let me like, you know, look up comms as a responsible person does. So I bought it. It was like $5. I bought it. I was like, whatever. I'll just take it home, you know, and sell it if I can't use it, and whatever. You know, it's $5. I'm getting it as part of a package deal. I probably paid less than $5 when all said and done. But anyway, so I'm looking it up, and I'm like, let's like look at some similar comps, and like I see one that's sold, the exact same one, and it's listed by eBay username. And the only reason I'm gonna say this is because I can't. There's no numbers in it. Like this is the whole fucking thing. And so this eBay username is Sweet Fupa, all one word. Sweet as in like sweet like candy, and then Fupa as in fat upper pussy area. Yeah, that's the fucking eBay store name, Sweet Fupa. I died I took a screenshot of it, I think so, because I thought it was so funny. I was like, I can't believe that you would name your eBay store. That's the most like aggressive eBay username ever. Just the sweet fat upper pussy area for the eBay username. And the fact that you can get away with that, I mean, it's a very clever, I mean, it's clever as fuck because you can't really use a crude name. But at the end of the day, like anybody who's serious about something, like if I was about to go buy something from somebody and they looked and I was like, oh, their name is Sweet Fupa, and they have like 94% positive rating. So like their positive rating or their reviews are not great, regardless of the sweet name. No sweet, didn't mean to use sweet again, but But yeah, I thought that was fucking so funny, dude. Sweet Fupa as a fucking IKEA name. So I guess shout out. I mean, I don't have a big enough following to really help you out with that, but I just thought that was funny. I was thinking about this the other day. So I remember back in the day, you know when you do the thing when you're driving and like you flashed somebody to be like, hey, the fucking cops are up ahead, like. And I was always under the impression, again, this might fall under those rules. Like back in the day, there was always these weird like laws that weren't you found out when you grew up, like that weren't actually laws. Like your parents would be like, oh, you can't turn the light on in the car because we're going to get pulled over. And that's not actually like a law. You can drive with the light on in the car. There's no fucking law against it. I don't think there's a law against it. So it's just like one of those things that just I've always thought was true, like that was a law, whatever. And so for one of the other things that I've always believed to be true was that if you flashed another car, like to warn them that the police are up ahead, that if you got caught doing that was illegal. And I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm like, I don't think that's true, because like now there's GPSs where you're basically like fucking encouraged to dime out the cops. You're like, oh, there's a cop just like right here. I can show you exactly where it was on the map. So there's no fucking way that was ever illegal to flash somebody to warn them about a cop. It was just one of those fucking dumbass rules of the road that wasn't actually a rule that our fucking parents told us back in the day that just stuck. That's why you got to be careful what you say to your kids, man. Like, because they'll just take that shit. Like, if they don't have a phone or a way to look it up, they're just like, oh, I guess that's true. You know what I mean? Like, we just all believe that like it was illegal to ride with the light on in the car, and it's not true. It's just not the case. So I just thought that was fucking stupid and silly and fun. Anyway, all right, let's see. Do I have anything left to talk about? I think that's it. I think I got through. Oh, the only other thing is I think I'm going to learn how to, because I need to advertise this podcast. I think it's time. I've been doing it. It's this is episode, I think, 62. So I've been doing it long enough. So I've got an idea of like, I want to do like use AI to make like cartoon shorts and do clips, you know what I mean? So like a story, it'll be like me telling a story, and then like, the AI cartoon clip will be playing. And so, yeah, I already talked to AI about it. We've had a discussion, but I haven't really planned it out. So yeah, that should be interesting. We'll see how that goes. I said I was over Pokemon cards last week. Man, I have not gotten over them. Well, I went the other day. I went to the store like 2 days ago, or yesterday, to go grocery shopping. And so like whenever I go to the grocery store, I'm like, all right, the vending machine's right fucking there. I'm like, I'm going to go over and check it out. So I walk over to the vending machine and I like check, and it's sold out everything. It's like, all right, probably for the best. Probably shouldn't spend any money on it. So I go do my shopping, and I'm going to pay out. I pay out and I'm leaving. And as I'm leaving, there's a guy at the vending machine checking out. So like from the time it took for me to like get into the store to walk around and then come back, it had like, cause it's random, you know what I mean? So randomly it'll be like, oh, it's working. And so it just randomly kicked on after I'd already been through this. I was like, maybe that's my sign that I need to stop with fucking Pokemon cards. And I'm not like, I don't have a fucking problem. I'm not like buying them, like hiding it from my wife. It's like if I go into a store that has Pokemon cards, I'm grabbing a pack of Pokemon cards. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of is what it is. But anyway, that's the podcast. Yeah, I got another. I'm trying to think if anything else happened reselling related last week before I finish up. I don't think so. Yeah, another week of sales this week. I'm over town-wide. I'm hoping there's no town-wide yard sales this weekend. I thought I saw one that was popping up, but it's not. I'm hoping it's nice weather. That's the thing. The last few weekends, it's been like the threat of rain, so everybody's been kind of pussying out on sales. So I'm just really hoping that it's a good weekend. I'm hoping for like a lot of good stuff to sell, not just like one or two good fucking things that like are gonna hold me over. But anyway, that's the podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell your friends. You can get the podcast everywhere: Spotify, YouTube now, Apple Podcasts. Leave a comment, leave a review, tell a friend. Make sure you follow and hit the alert button when applicable, so you know that when new podcasts come up, because I'm not the best at being on time every week. But look, I got this midweek. I got a podcast out way before the weekend, so who knows? Maybe I'll get one out earlier next weekend too. So anyway, that's the show. Thank you, and I hope you find some good shit out there on the fucking road.